What's going on, guys? It's been a bit. It feels like ages. It's crazy that it's already the 9th. So it's about to be Wednesday, essentially. So I have not been live all of Sunday, all of Monday. Well, technically not all of Sunday because I technically was live streaming past midnight. But you get the point. And 99% of Tuesday. But there's a chance I don't do the live chat tomorrow. If I don't do it tomorrow, I'll do it on Thursday. I might not be home tomorrow. So I figured after I was done my prediction, I was going to do another prediction. But I don't know. I might try to squeeze that in when I'm done this stream. I don't know yet. But I figured since I hadn't been on for a bit, I wanted to jump back on. We got plenty to talk about. Belal Muhammad deserving a title shot. UFC 288 in general. Jiri Prochazka versus Jamal Hill being targeted for UFC 292. Aljamain versus O'Malley in the works as well. There's plenty to discuss. And whatever else you guys want to talk about. Whatever else news I missed. Arman Sarukian's got an opponent. Ugh. And yeah. Anyway, I'm back. I'm here for you guys' pleasure. Pause. And yeah. So, appreciate you guys joining me, as always. Like the stream. Subscribe to the channel if you're not yet subscribed. What's up, Joe Bell? I hope you're doing well. What's up, Tyler? Hey, Joey, just got to say it's really scary how fast time flies. I'll never forget watching UFC 269 live, and it's already a year and a half ago. I'll never forget buying tickets to go to UFC 244. I was hyped. I remember I bought them. I was at work on lunch break. I was worried about not getting them. I ended up sitting in my truck outside for a while, trying to get my tickets, and I was like, "Oh, it's gonna be forever until we actually can go." Because I think I bought them in, I want to say it was August, late August. It might have been early September. And now that event has come and gone, and now this year, I'm gonna faint. This year, it'll be 4 years. No way. Am I smoking crack? That's fucking mind-blowing. It's been 4 years since I went? Holy shit. That's crazy. I remember going and taking pictures that I still have on my phone. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, this November... That's wild. Yeah, this November is 4 years since November 2019. Look, I took some pictures. Here, I'll show you guys some pictures real quick. Here, I went to the weigh-ins as well as the UFC 245 press conference. Look. That was me at the presser. Or that was the weigh-ins technically after the presser. This was a pic of the BMF belt. This was the first time it was ever displayed, which I don't even like the BMF belt, but I took a picture anyway. Let's see what else I got here. I didn't take any pictures of the actual presser. That's weird. Look, here I was live. Took this picture from my seats. Boom. I was sitting pretty close. It was pretty sick. I can't believe that's 4 years ago. Look, here's one of the better pictures that kind of does it justice of where I was at. This kind of does it justice. But yeah, that's pretty great. That's 4 years ago. That is 4 long years ago. I cannot believe that. I'd love to go to UFC 290. I want to say I got to start going to events, but it's almost inconvenient for the channel now. Like, I run this channel, it's inconvenient to go to an event now. As crazy as that sounds. Any fireworks photos? Look, if you're in this live stream right now, okay, and you have any pictures of fireworks from the 4th of July from last year or the year before, unsubscribe to the channel, leave the chat or just let me know so I can ban you. But anyway, Tyler, back to your question. It is crazy how fast time flies by. It is crazy. What's up, Fries? What's up, John O? Make some noise if you are ready. What's up, Will Adams? Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. What's the percentage chance that UFC 291 gets canceled? Currently has no venue and no fights announced. And UFC 292 already has a venue and it fights. 0. I think they're just thinking like it kind of got slipped out, UFC 292 in advance. I think 291 will be there. So, how fast does UFC tickets sell out? I don't know. I really don't know. It's almost been a year since I went to my first event. I remember you like being hyped about it in the Discord, like saying, I got tickets, I'm going. That Jorge versus Diaz was actually a really fun main event. Can't speak for the co-main. Co-main wasn't great, but the card in its totality was very good. What is up, everybody? What's up, Flat Earth? Movsar's stock went down after a close fight with UFC newcomer, right? I disagree. He took people don't realize he took that Bryce Mitchell fight on short notice to begin with. So Movsar, super short notice for Bryce Mitchell. Last minute opponent change. I don't think his stock goes down. I know a lot of people would disagree with that. I don't think his stock goes down. I can't in my right mind, I can't disregard the circumstances that led to what happened. And also, we don't know how good Lopez is. Lopez's stock definitely goes up, but I don't think Movsar goes down incredibly. You think a UFC 290 vlog would do good views? Probably not. Nobody cares about that, honestly. I don't think. Looks like I'm switching. Oh, we'll go switch. Good luck over there. I really enjoyed your assessment on Belal. You speak out on the uncomfortable truth. Appreciate you, man. The thing is, what people hear is if you even mention that, right? If I even mention that as a factor, people get awfully defensive and awfully upset. And what I find hilarious is there's people out there that will insist it does not exist while simultaneously contributing and being one of those people themselves. And the thing is, just the reason I talk about it and the reason I even mention it is not to make it a main topic of a video. Obviously, I put it in the thumbnail because I don't care what anyone thinks, and I throw that in there because I'm like, oh, people are going to be like, oh, what the hell is this going on? But also, I speak about it because no one else is willing to. I will say whatever I want on this channel. I don't care. I don't care at all. If every single one of you guys hate my opinion, guess what? I'm going to go with my opinion. I'm not going to go with what I think is popular. And what people hear, right? Let's take a simple statement, okay? There is a certain portion of fans that hate fighters based on their religion, whatever religion it may be, okay? What people hear is, when I'm specifying, some people don't like Belal because he's Muslim. What they hear is what they hear is me saying every fan doesn't like Belal because of his religion. That's what they hear because they're crazy in their minds. They know they're part of the problem to begin with. And so they hear that and they get angry. When what I'm saying, 99% of the fan base can agree with, and they know it exists. To what percentage it exists, I don't know. It's hard to put a percentage on that. I don't know. I just know I see it. And I know what makes me want to talk about it even more is I see how scared people are. People are so scared. And I don't like, people technically call those like political issues. I don't really think they're political issues. But I don't like delving into that type of things. Like, I'm not looking for shock value to try to build my channel by any means. I'm just stating the obvious. Everyone knows it's a cold, hard truth. But even the good people on YouTube will be too scared to mention it. So, I'm glad you enjoyed the video. I'm just speaking my mind. Who would you want Cejudo to face next? I want Henry Cejudo to fight Merab Dvalishvili. Anybody, I think it was Brett Okamoto, anybody suggesting Henry Cejudo versus Max Holloway is smoking crack. Who wants to see that fight? That's the worst match I've ever heard of in my entire life. I'd rather watch Jamal Hill versus Juliana Pena. Okay? I don't want to. Who wants to see Henry Cejudo and Max Holloway? Anybody, any fans regurgitating that from Brett Okamoto? Brett Okamoto should lose his job immediately. Brett Okamoto should lose his job immediately. So, it's, I mean, disturbing even thinking. Guys, do me a favor and like the stream. Thank you, Jono. I like how you switch your pick. After seeing Movsar at 288, do you think Bryce has a bit more of a chance now? It's impossible to say. But it's hard to say maybe, yes. It's hard not to say yes. Let me put it this way. I think Lopez would have starched Mitchell. I'm genuinely curious to hear what you think in the chat. Wrestler versus striker. Is the wrestler always going to beat the striker boxer? There seems to be an overwhelming majority counting Sean out. Usually, I would say at a high percentage, the wrestler usually beats the striker. Usually. Hear me out on Cejudo versus Figgy at 135. I like it. And thank you for the 10 months of membership, JJ Smoke. Thank you. Joey, how is your evening? My evening is good, Derek. How is your evening? By the way, guys, do me a favor. After this stream tomorrow, go watch my Jairzinho Rozenstruik Jalton Almeida prediction video. I would greatly appreciate it. I feel like I'm the only one who really wants to see Sandhagen versus Cruz before Cruz retires. That's a great fight. I wouldn't mind seeing it. How would Grant Dawson versus Renato Moicano go? Tough to say. I'm going to say Moicano starches him. I can't. Grant Dawson is just. I can't accept that skill set. And I think Moicano is just well-rounded enough to beat him up. Hey, Joe, do you have just as much of a problem with anti-white racism? I have a problem with any racism whatsoever. But what I also have a problem with is people drawing false equivalencies between certain words and certain other words. I'm not saying that's what you're doing. But anybody going out of their way to bring up someone's race, to bring up the color of someone's skin, I do not like at all. Joey, to add to this Belal and Colby theory, maybe it's the character and antics Colby likes to play that makes him appear more fun to watch. Maybe you should have mentioned that as well. Yeah, that's basically the truth. People like to pretend Colby's fun, but in my opinion, he's not fun at all. I mean, he's almost unbearable to watch. And, you know, people say, oh, you dislike Colby. No, I'm indifferent to Colby. I just don't watch him because I don't care about what he has to say because it's cringy to me. How would Allen versus Giga go? I think that'd be a fun fight. I'd pick Arnold Allen. Arnold Allen looked sharp in the Max Holloway fight, even though he lost. Who do you have in the Tim Means versus Alex Morono fight? I'm taking Alex Morono. Tim Means is just kind of a punching bag at this point. And Alex Morono looked good in his last fight. Marab would kill Henry. Well, sign me up. Let's see what happens. What do you think about Hill versus Prochazka being targeted for 292? I hope it's Jamal Hill, Jiri Prochazka, co-main event, Aljamain Sterling, Sean O'Malley. That'd be a savagery card. And I don't know who I'm picking. I picked Hill against Glover. I don't know who I'd pick in that fight. Prochazka's just so wild and crazy. I feel like he's getting KO'd. But at the same time, dude's just relentless. Well, I mean, who wouldn't want to see Hill versus Pena? Pena would get killed and then get a rematch. That is true. Who has a better chance versus Shavkat? Usman or Burns? Usman. I think Usman does. People don't realize how good Marab is. He should be on top of the bantamweight division. If he would nut up and take Aljo out, probably. But it's impossible to say. I still want to see Henry versus Jan. Yeah, I would like to see it. That's the title fight that should have happened years ago. Will you make a Walker versus Smith prediction video? I'm going to try. No promises, but I'm going to try. Hopefully, if I do make it, it'll be out tomorrow. Does Mighty Mouse beat Cejudo's last performance? What do you mean? I don't know what that means. Hey, Joey, did you see any audience fights, brawls at the UFC events? Or was the audience overall well-behaved? I will say this, and I've mentioned this on stream before. When I've mentioned how basically MMA fans are kind of one step away from NASCAR fans in a way. I went with one of my friends who is black. Nobody ever tried to get into a fight with me. Nobody ever tried to start an altercation with me. On 3 separate occasions, random people randomly try to start an altercation with my friend. You know, and it wasn't people of the same color skin as him. And I thought that was pretty suspect, if you ask me. I've mentioned that on stream. I'm not going to delve into that too much, but I did find that awfully suspicious. Twice happened in the arena. It wasn't nothing crazy. Nobody tried to hit him, but it seemed like people were trying, drunk people, you know, or intoxicated to some degree, not like crazy drunk or anything, were trying to instigate fights multiple times. Never with me, with him who's minding his own business. 3 separate times. But I'm not going to get into that too much. But outside of those 3 instances, and those weren't at the seats, those were when we were out getting drinks. One was outside the arena, and I think the other 2 when we were out getting drinks. I can't remember exactly. But other than that, it was pretty good. Amanda Nunes versus Cody Garbrandt. Who wins? Cody Garbrandt's got no chin. I'd take Amanda Nunes. Seeing as you wouldn't mind Cruz versus Sandhagen matchup, what would be your prediction for a 3-rounder? I'd take Sandhagen all day. Cruz is just slowed down. If you watch Cruz in his prime, if you haven't, go back and watch him. If you watch Cruz in his prime would absolutely destroy Aljamain Sterling. But he's like 50% of what he once was. Bro, Holloway would 50-45 Cejudo? That he would. Yeah, when I saw fans suggesting that, I'm like, what the hell? But then I remember Brett Okamoto suggested it first. And I was like, no, please no. That's a horrible fight. That would have never even crossed my mind because it's such a dumb fight. The crowd was crazy when I went. Yeah, I guess it can be sometimes, you know. I'm the same way with Colby. I just tune him out when he interviews. I've almost barely ever watched any Colby interviews. I'm not going to say I never watched one because I probably have. But I definitely haven't watched one since I started this channel. Not more than like clips, like a clips that I've seen on Twitter or on YouTube. But yeah, he hasn't actually saying anything or honesty. Yeah, he just spews bullshit. I still want to see the rematch of Jan Magomed. We can see at 292 as a featured fight. Sign me up. Merab is really the best bantamweight. He could be. What's up, Joey? I went to 288, and it seems for a couple of the fights, myself and the live audience thought the opposite party won. What are your thoughts? Well, you have to tell me what fights they were. I don't know what fights specifically you're talking about. Yo, Joey, please remind us what happened in O'Malley Cheeto. What happened is it was a dead even fight up until the point Marlon Chito Vera brutally chopped the legs of Sean O'Malley, then shucked him to the ground, then flash KO'd him twice with brutal ground and pound elbows, and then Sean O'Malley was stretchered out of the cage with no serious injury. So it was brutal. MMA fans are the worst. I don't know. I haven't been, but I'm sure the NASCAR live fans aren't the greatest either. What do you think of the UFC fight cards so far this year? I think it's been the least entertaining year for a while. I disagree. I think we've had some entertaining fights, but it's hard to summarize them as a whole. Main event, Chaos Williams and Mavsar versus Lopez. Anyone that was given the fight to Lopez, straight up delusional. Chaos Williams versus, what was his first name? Rolando Bedoya. Could have went either way, in my opinion. I have no problem with it going either way. In the main event, I had going either way. I scored it for Aljo. It was a perfectly acceptable scorecard to give it to Henry Cejudo. But Mavsar and Lopez, Mavsar bare minimum lost 1 round. I gave him all 3. Who wins, Umar or Merab? I don't know, but I would love to see it. I would absolutely love to see that. I go Umar. Best pay-per-view so far this year, 287. After a rewatch, though, it's obviously Aljo 3-2. I don't know. I have to rewatch it. I'll never forget that Tony Kelly, Adrian Yanez fight. Dude, it was so beautiful. Tony Kelly just got starched out. Dude is such a bitch. He still ain't shutting his mouth. Judging at an event is very different. I thought Emmett beat Cater live. Yes, that is true. Judging at events are very different. Watching it live. That's another thing. It's kind of dissing. I don't know what the word I'm looking for. It kind of ruins the channel vibe if I go to a live event because it's much harder to watch and score the fight. How would Pedro Munoz versus Vera go? I could see Munoz winning that. I think that's a 50-50. I would probably lean Marlon Vera, though. Damn, you must have been hyped. Okay, you're talking to him. What would be your prediction for O'Malley Cejudo? I'd probably pick Cejudo. I'd pick Cejudo. Yeah, I think he would out-grapple him. I think he would actually use his grappling. But it's hard to say. Let me make sure. I forgot what did Tony Kelly do. I mean, there's a list of stuff. Saying questionable stuff online. Acting like a clown in the lead up to the fight. I think he was flipping off Yanez before the fight even started. There was a bunch of stuff. I can't remember all of it. Then you had the interview in the cage, where he was calling Brazilians dirty. And it's just like not one thing is like anything crazy. But it was just like, okay, this is the straw that broke the camel's back. And he was saying some real questionable stuff online. And just acting like a clown. Tony Kelly flipped off the crowd when he came out. He was a known racist. There you go. Fry summed it up. I did a video about that as well. Nobody wanted to touch that. And I'll continue to do videos people don't want to hear. I don't care. I'm going to say I love discussing topics that people don't want to touch. Because I'm like, okay, I'll be the only one. Because guess what? Ain't nobody going to scare me into being a little bitch ever. Ever. If Cejudo won, who would you have paired Sterling up with? Maybe him versus Holloway would have made more sense than Cejudo facing Holloway. No. Aljo would have had to fight. I would have done the trilogy with Jan. Joey, are we allowed to say the C word that rhymes with hacker? Dude, I don't know, man. I don't know. I might have to ban you for that one. I'm not sure what word you're talking about, though. Can you describe the word for me without actually saying it? Now, I think I know what word you're talking about. You're allowed to say it, but it has to be within a donation. So then I have to read it out loud. Adrian Moraes, the greatest female fighter in one championship history. Dude, Adriano Moraes, I'll say this, biggest rack in one championship history. If you say the C word, the fire department will be paying you a visit. Yeah, you're right. You know what I find really hilarious? And I don't mean to like jump into this topic because we've talked about it. I made a video about it. The same white people that are offended by the word cracker don't even blink an eye, don't bat an eye, don't even take a second look when they're seeing the N-word used, spammed in chats repeatedly. The N-word spammed in comments repeatedly. The N-word tweeted out repeatedly. Jokes about people's religions posted repeatedly. But all of a sudden, they can put all that to the side. You say the word cracker. Oh my God, they got to clutch their pearls. I find that ironic as hell. And if you guys don't see the irony in that, I can't help you. I can't explain it anymore. But, now that I'm just thinking about it, these people who are offended by you even suggesting there is some type of racism, there is some type of, prejudice against certain religions, there is, certain things, homophobia in the MMA community. If you mention any of those things, those get shucked to the side. Those don't exist. But God forbid you say the word cracker. Yeah, we're going to call the fire department. Matter of fact, I'm calling the fire department on myself right now. I'd like to report a crime. I'd like to turn myself in. Cuff me. Isn't that ironic? And another thing I find ironic in general is whenever those sensitive topics are brought up in terms of religion, race, any of those things, it typically is, and I know I'm one myself here, but it's typically a white male telling you those things don't exist, which I also find ironic as hell. Just an observation. It may mean something, it may not. But does anybody else find that suspicious? But moving on, Derek's trying to troll the chat in general. I like that he just, Joey, are we allowed to say the C word that rhymes with hacker? That's mad funny. That is mad funny. Who wins Oliveira versus Usman if Oliveira moves up to 170? Usman would probably KO him. Better not say that word. Yeah. Yeah, dude, that's mad funny that people are pretending to be offended by that. I've never met anybody in my entire life that's offended by that word. If Sudo won, okay, who would we have paired him up with? Who would we paired Aljo up with? I would want the rematch with Piotr Jan. You think Mighty Goat should retire? Yes. Might as well get out before he starts getting KO'd after every fight or during every fight. Joey will submit Braxton Smith by the Boston Crab. Dude, Braxton Smith, easy game plan. Just let him swing for 30 seconds and then he's completely gassed. Which is hilarious. Joey, did you watch Evil Dead Rise? I did. You're spot on, Joey. Thank you. If UFC was a TV show, who would be the main character and who would be the villain? I have no idea. That's such a weird question. The press conference with Jake and Diaz was so bad. I just seen some clips on Twitter, but I didn't pay no attention to it. Joey about to start playing Doom Eternal on PS5. I hope it's good. It was embarrassing. No hype created for the fight at all. What specifically are you talking about, Eric? I'm missing something here. Dang, Joey, did you just wake up? No. No, I did not. Jake could have fought. Oh, I see what you're saying. You're talking about the press conference. I'm done. The embarrassingness. I hope it does horribly. You know, I don't like to root against people making money, but I hope it does horribly. I'm so tired of this freak show bullshit. Yeah, I realized what you were talking about after the fact. Colby's the only winnable fight I see at 170 for Oliveira just because of the lack of ways to win for Colby versus a jiu-jitsu specialist. Could be. Could very well be. But I don't know. It's hard to say because Colby's pressure is unbelievable. But would he get lit up? Would he get lit up on the feet? Impossible to say. Plus, I don't really trust Oliveira's chin because Colby doesn't have power. But who knows what it would look like? What it would look like in terms of against a not very big lightweight moving up to welterweight. Same, Joey. I'm not sure what you're saying. Thoughts on Diaz saying today that he's going back to the UFC no matter what. He's going to fight the champion. Delusional. If he loses, mark my words, if he loses to the YouTube boxer, he will never go back to the UFC ever. And even if he wins, I have my doubts. Tired of YouTube boxing? Yes. I don't want to hear about any of it. I don't want to talk about any of it, and I don't care. Anthony needs to KO Walker this weekend? Yeah. Like your Belal video, do you think an interim title with Belal and Colby in Abu Dhabi would be the best scenario? I mean, define best scenario. In terms of a meritocracy, the best scenario is Leon versus Belal. But in terms of most interesting fight, skill-wise, most interesting fight, build-up-wise, and biggest pay-per-view fight, I believe Belal versus Colby is it. What's Nate Diaz's intelligence these days? It's probably equivalent to a potato. I can see Colby retiring if he loses to Leon. Shavkat and Jeff and Belal are fighters that can cause issues for Colby. Colby only wants to fight fighters on losing streaks in their late 30s. I mean, he wants to fight Leon, but he sees Leon as a favorable matchup. But yeah, I don't think Colby's going to fight very many more times. I could see him retiring with the belt. If he wins the belt, he's going to be calling out Nick Diaz. I wish I had a buddy like you, Joey, to talk about UFC and MMA in general. I guess that's why I'm on this live. Hey, man, I'm here a couple times a week, so you do have a buddy like me to discuss MMA with. Serious question. 1 Francis Ngannou versus 8 Juliana Pena. You have to put your house on line. I'm taking 1 Francis Ngannou. Joey, thoughts on Evil Dead movie? It was alright. It was scary. The story was kind of flat, but it was scary. How would Neal versus Burns go? Jeff Neal versus Burns. Honestly, this version of Jeff Neal, I'm taking this version of Jeff Neal. I feel bad, but I'm probably picking against Burns again. I have a feeling Usman will fight Belal one day and get a title shot at Edwards again. That'd be interesting. I don't know what this even means. Best scenario is, and it makes the most money for the UFC and is fairest in terms of meritocracy and allows Leon to recover. Yes. Yes. Is Amir's Jamal Hill kind of overrated? Dude beat the Looney Tune and over the hill washed Santos and a 44-year-old Glover coming off a war. I don't know. I think a lot of people were picking him going to that fight. So I don't know if he's overrated. I haven't really been paying attention to people in terms of Jamal Hill hype. So I can't accurately at this point in time call him overrated. Also, what's weird about the Jamal Hill Jiri rumored fight, then why did we even strip Jiri? If Yuri's going to come back 9 months later, I know it would be over a year since he won the title. But if he's coming back 9 months after the injury, why'd they even strip him? Makes no sense. How would Khamzat versus Izzy go? Izzy would light Khamzat up on the feet. Khamzat would have a chance early, but if he didn't get him down and finish him early, he would lose. Jiri versus Hill going to be fire? I agree. And it's going to be on the Boston card. Don't take it for granted. It might not happen. Belal has a better resume than some of the champions at Lamount. You ain't wrong. How much money would we have to raise for you to take a fight? How many donos to get Joey in the cage? I don't know. It's hard to say, but you can start. I already read that. Jeff Neal is arguably the worst matchup for Burns at 170. A very powerful boxer with great takedown defense who utilizes straight punches very well. Yeah, I would pick Jeff Neal over Gilbert Burns. Maybe you'll laugh at me, but people laughed at me when I picked Belal over Gilbert. Serious question, how does the UFC get their money for setting up pay-per-views and making them stacked aside from the money they get from ESPN deal? Are they just getting ticket sales money only? From my understanding, all the pay-per-view sales go to ESPN. ESPN pays a flat rate. But my guess is the UFC is expected to hit a certain number of pay-per-view buys per year in total. So they're probably trying to help meet quotas and also ticket sales, especially when they have like a big event in like Las Vegas, like for UFC 290. You know, to have that big event, they can charge a lot for those tickets. So I don't know, like if they have one of these like massive cards, which they really haven't had in a while. I don't know if they have some deal to like get some portion of that revenue. But they don't really have, at this point in time, they don't really have the incentive to stack cards like crazy anymore other than to actually grow the sport itself. Because ESPN, from what I understand, from my understandings of the business side of the ESPN deal, ESPN's collecting all that pay-per-view money. One fighter you would love to meet in real life and have an interview with? I can't say. I don't know. Do you think Phil Hawes getting brutally knocked out in sparring? Do you think Phil Hawes gets brutally? Probably. I'd rather Alex fight Hill than Jiri, in my opinion. Well, you're nuts then. Jiri didn't want to hold up the division. Yeah, fair enough. But they should have had one interim fight, and then he could fight and unify the belts 9 months later. Does that mean the UFC loses in the ESPN deal? No. Because some of their cards do dog shit buys, you know? I'd be with you on that one, Joey. I'd pick Jeff Neal all day. Fair enough. I let out a soft giggle when Dana said Power Slap did more numbers than NBA, NFL, F1, and WWE combined. My take on that is, okay, I think he's going to say I was saying oddly specific, and he's going to come out with some, well, on Saturday nights between this age and this social media and strictly on Rumble, we're outperforming all of them. It'll be something like that. He'll really narrow down the playing field to find a way to make that technically true. But yeah, that was embarrassing. To hear him say that, and then I would have loved I would have loved for the media to say, what specifically do you mean by that? What numbers are you specifying? Are we talking followers? Are we talking views? Because for all we know, Dana White's talking views specifically on Rumble, and that may very well be true. But yeah, Dana's delusional. Give me 1 second. How close were you to not buying 279? Very close. Honestly, if I wouldn't have had the channel, I wouldn't have bought 279, to be honest. Thoughts on Cedric Doumbé joining PFL? Has he? I didn't even see that. That's unfortunate. It seemed like that guy was... Didn't he have a deal with the UFC and then he got released because the commission wouldn't let him fight or something? Weird scenario, but interested to see how he does it in PFL. Dana should have invested in Bare Knuckle. What a stupid move. I don't know. I think Bare Knuckle is going to go out of business. They got to stop putting bums like Bo Nickel and Kron Gracie on $85 main cards. Agreed. Guys, do me a favor. If you haven't yet liked the stream, like the stream. It helps the channel out. We're trying to make that last push to 10,000 subscribers. And for some reason, we're just hitting a lull in action right now. We're hitting a dry spot for MMA content. We're hitting a massive dry spot. So I would greatly appreciate it. If I look over the past 28 days, we've grown quite a bit, but over the last, let's see, really the past week or so, it's kind of been just not flat, but not the greatest, in my opinion, in terms of growth. I thought we'd be there by now, to be honest. But hopefully we hit it by the end of the month, but it's hard to say. We got a kind of a lull in UFC action. So if you guys can always do me a favor, if you ever watch a post-fight and you enjoy it, share it. If you watch a video and you enjoy it, share it. Wherever you can share it. Send it to a friend. Most important thing is watching videos as long as possible. If you can watch all the way to the end, helps the channel greatly. Like it and comment on it. It can be anything. Whatever your opinion is on the topic. Asking a question, anything. All interaction helps the channel. So we're trying to push. I'd like to get to 10K before the end of this month. Which we should be able to. Historically, we should be able to do that. But, it's hard to say. In the last 90 days, we've gained about 3,000 subscribers. So that tells me we should be able to gain about 1,000 subscribers a month. But in the last week or two, it's kind of dried up. I think Ikram would find the finish on the feet against Bo Nickel. Dude, I wouldn't trust Bo Nickel striking against anyone. Bo Nickel striking is about his level of Kron Gracie. How would you rank the pay-per-views this year from best to worst? $288 is probably the worst off the top of my head. $288 is probably the worst. Or $286. Probably $286. I don't know. $286 wasn't that. None of the pay-per-views this year have been horrible. But if I really had to pick one out as worst, I'd say $288. But $286 wasn't that great on paper, nor was it great after the fact. Grading it after the fact. How would you... Okay, I think Aldana's getting it done. Maybe. Joe, what are your thoughts on people discrediting Belal's win against Burns since Burns got injured during the fight? By the way, I liked your video on why Belal is hated. Appreciate you, Adam. It's just a way for people who already don't like Belal to discredit him. It is literally just a way for people who already don't like Belal to discredit him. The injury happened during the fight. Belal was injured, so the way I would frame it, just as not as a realistic narrative, but just to shit on those people. Oh, well, it looks like Belal took out Gilbert Burns, an in-shape Gilbert Burns. Belal came off the couch with one leg and defeated Gilbert Burns and 50-45'd him. That's what I would say to those people. But those people just don't like Belal no matter what he does. And they're just going to discredit his win regardless. He could murk Leon Edwards out cold and they would still say, oh, Belal's our champion and he's terrible. Do you think Francis will go to PFL? Because at this point I have no idea. I would assume. We'll find out soon though. Is Dana's slap fight just a tax write-off? It's probably a money laundering situation in my opinion. Do you know the rules for suspending fighters in different organizations? For instance, Overeem got suspended by Glory Kickboxing because he's still fighting PFL. Usually the way it works is no matter where you're suspended, what commission you're suspended by, you can't go fight under the jurisdiction of another commission. So if you're suspended by the New York Commission, you can't go to the California Commission. If you apply for the California Commission license, they'll know of your suspension from the New York Commission, and therefore they won't license you. Usually it's not the organization itself that is suspending you. And if it is the organization itself suspending you, they probably have some code of conduct they're suspending you on. And then in turn, that means you're under contract with them, so you can't go fight with another organization. Now, there is ways around it, i.e. being under contract and then going fighting in some obscure organization in like Asia or Russia or something. But that seems like more effort than it's worth. So, how do you get caught by Glory? No idea. That's crazy. Is everyone on steroids or some form of performance enhancing present? Belal makes no sense. I don't know what you mean. I like Belal, but I don't think he's getting by Leon. Yeah, I don't think he is either. The start time for this week's card's atrocious. No, don't tell me. Don't tell me. I hate these early start times. People got shit to do on the weekends. I want to do everything I got to do early in the day. If I want to go do something and have fun, I want to be able to do it early in the day. And the UFC card's supposed to come on at night. Now I got to watch this shit at 11 o'clock in the morning, and it doesn't go off till like 5 or 6. The main card starts at 3 p.m. Prelims start at 11:30 a.m. Like, who wants to at 11:30 a.m. tune in to Jessica Rose Clark versus Tainara Lisboa? I mean, disturbing. I hate this start time. I knew it was kind of early. I didn't realize it was this early. I hate it. I hate it, hate it, hate it. And it ruins the whole card, too. I'm going to be honest. It ruins the entire card, in my opinion. It just doesn't feel the same. There's nothing worse when you have a big pay-per-view and they have a horrible start time. What was the recent pay-per-view that did that? 286 was completely ruined for me. I didn't enjoy 286 at all. I hate early start times. I absolutely hate early start times. And if we have to watch them in them dumbass golden ABC jackets, I'm going to throw up. I'm going to absolutely throw up. That really just ruined my night. It's already 12:06. I've already given you guys 43 minutes of pure pleasure. That's crazy. 287, I think, was the best. I agree. Do you think the hate for Belal does come from his looks? I don't know about all that. But maybe. Watching it live, did you give Burns any rounds? No, not necessarily. I thought round 2 could have went his way, though. But I think I said it was a toss-up. It could go either way. Will JDM keep his streak and finish Brady in 1? I'm going to say no. I thought Khamzat wants top guys, but why waste your prime weight? I don't know what's going on. I got to figure that out and make a video on it. I do think the hate from Belal comes from his looks. What do you mean by his looks? I don't understand. Is everyone on steroids? Maybe. Yeah, people hate on Belal because of his race. It's the truth. Well, yeah, his race also combined with his religion, but there's also many of other factors as well. Are Dana and his wife the power? What do you mean? Belalophobia? Is that what you're trying to say? Are Dana and his wife the undisputed power slap champions? No, Dana is. His wife is not. His wife is the former champion. Do, 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 do. Joe, your Belal Muhammad tweet went viral. Haha, that's so cool. Even Belal retweeted. Did Belal actually retweet it? Are you lying to me? I never saw Belal did. Let me go look at this. Belal the Bully Muhammad. Did he? I see he's retweeting stuff, but I don't see mine. I think you're full of shit. Yeah, Belal didn't retweet it. Damn, you got my hopes up for something. Oh, he did. You weren't lying. Belal Muhammad did retweet it. I missed that. Dude, I saw it got a lot of interaction, but I never even saw Belal retweet it. That's wild. Damn, I'm glad you told me, bro. I never saw that. I never saw that. Nobody even told me that. I saw it got a lot of interaction, but that tweet summed up everything perfectly. How did I not even see that? How did Twitter not even let me know? You know why? Because of the new verification bullshit. That's why I never saw it. Does anybody know when he actually did it? Because it was going off well before he did it. Now I got to go down here. I'm glad you told me that. Now I got to take a screenshot of that. Belal's Joey's favorite fighter? Yeah, I guess so. That's funny. You were checking Belal's page and saw my tweet? I didn't even know that. So that's news to me. Dude, it's really actually annoying that Colby's getting guaranteed a title shot. It's really actually annoying. But that was a good tweet, was it not? I try to go off with like really like I can't describe it. I try to summarize a real solid tweet in terms of I try to encompass my entire opinion in that tweet. And I quoted an MMA Junkie article that said, Colby Covington says Belal fought for nothing at 288. Needs another win before the title shot. I quoted it and said, Colby says Belal can't sit out and wait for a title shot. Quote, he's going to have to fight again, and rightfully so. Colby is 2-2 in his last 4 and hasn't fought in over a year with 0 wins over current top 15 ranked opponents. Belal is 9-0 with a 4-fight winning streak over top 15 opponents. Boom. But yeah, I never even saw he did that. So, if you follow me on Twitter, you know I try to go off on Twitter. I try to be super active on there. Quote little pieces of news and kind of just pop off real quick and just... It's so easy just to quickly send out a tweet rather than making a whole video. But sometimes I get my ideas from Twitter because I see what people are talking about. Hold on one second. But that's funny you saw that on there. That's funny you saw that on there because it's true. It's the truth. So, I'm happy he saw the truth. I'm happy he saw the truth because, I mean, he knows the truth already, but I'm happy he pushed it out to his audience. That tweet got, because it shows you views on Twitter now. It's crazy how many views that got because that got retweeted by a lot of people. Like, even if you look at some of these other people he retweeted, like this tweet got 17,000 views. This tweet by him got 830,000 views. My tweet got like 500,000 views. He has 500,000 views, a bunch of likes. I don't know what that really means in the grand scheme of things, but it's, yeah, it is what it is. You should make a video about Henry ruining his career sitting out in his prime. I might have to make it. It's so weird how I'll make certain comments in certain videos and then I'm like, oh, I need to make a full video on this. It's weird. It's weird how that happens. But thank you for letting me know. Who let me know that? I'm trying to go find that post again. That Benji, thank you for letting me know. I didn't even know that. Watching fights at night feels way better than in the afternoon. Agreed. The UFC might legitimately be holding Khamzat back. I think, and I'm tempted to make this video, but I wish I had some more information to back it up. I'm going to have to watch the interview Dana did where he was asked about it and see what I think about his response, because I only saw a clip of it. I think Khamzat is banned from entering the U.S. I think he's banned from entering the U.S. because of his relationship with Kadyrov, the Chechen war dictator. And I think the UFC is trying to figure out how to navigate that. And they can't get him out of the country because of his close relationships with Kadyrov. So I might make a video on that if I can find some more information. I might just have to make the video anyway. But there you go. That's a spoiler alert. There's a spoiler alert for that video. The real reason Khamzat Chimaev doesn't have a fight. Boom. That's the title. That's the title right there. But I just wish I had some more evidence to back it up. Other than pure speculation. I hate doing that. But that's what I believe is truly going on. And so what they're going to do is they'll be able to get him into Saudi Arabia no problem. And so that's why they're waiting for him to fight in Saudi Arabia. I believe I got to see this for myself. This is insane. Yeah, that's dope. I would still say Izzy comment on your post was cool. Yeah, that is true. That is cool as well. Yeah, you can find it. You can find it on his Twitter. I just found it. I didn't even know it happened. So that's how oblivious I am. I would have never known if someone didn't tell me in here. The UFC might be legit. Okay, read that. I saw a few comments hating on him, and some of them was saying he looks stupid ugly. Dude, what I find funny is grown men attacking other grown men appearances. It's weird. What do you got in Philip Bro versus Neil Magny in his hairline? I'll take Philip Bro. I can't trust Neil Magny's hairline. Who cares if he's funny? Who are we talking about? Is the UFC's light heavyweight division now at its lowest and weakest point in history since some of the early years? Yes, I would say it is. But it's kind of rebuilding. I was checking Belal's page and saw your tweet. Well, there you go. I'm glad you told me. Because I would have never even known it. The tweet was great. Yeah, it was. That's true. Colby only fought Jorge last year and then just sat out for the rest of the year. Exactly. Joey's got them Twitter fingers. If Shawkat made impressive win next, or Khamzat, they will get the next title shot. So Belal must wait 11 months now, basically. You deserve it for speaking up. I mean, it's not that big of a deal, but it is kind of cool. I'm not one of those people that's just basking in, oh, somebody somewhat famous gave me a little bit of a, a damn retweet, the bottom of the barrel basically there. But it is cool. But it's not like you winning some damn award. Belal, Usman, and Colby for best cardio at welterweight. I would say Usman has the best cardio, but Colby's right there with him, like almost dead even. I see you talked about the question about Nick Diaz today. Could you elaborate your thoughts about Nate threatening the dude? I'm glad you saw that on my Twitter. You saw that on my Twitter as well, I guess. Look, I don't endorse what that guy was saying. When you have a fucking dumbass clown show of YouTube boxing where it's just basically a circus with bitch-ass Ariel Helwani, running the press conference and this and that, you're going to get clown show questions. When you open up a circus, some clowns are going to show up, okay? And that's exactly what Nate Diaz versus, I'm not even going to say his name. That's exactly what that boxing match is. It is a circus. So guess what? A clown showed up. Does it surprise you? No, it doesn't surprise me. What makes me laugh is you have Nate Diaz threatening a man physically for what he said to Nate verbally. He said something to Nate. He used his words and said something to Nate. Was it disrespectful? Yes. Was it disparaging? Yes. But at the end of the day, all he did was use words. And what you have is you have Nate Diaz threatening him, which I don't necessarily have a problem with. If he's just kind of throwing words back and saying, oh, you're going to get your ass beat or something like that. If he's just like kind of just throwing it out there, just kind of kidding around. What I find hilarious is then you have the MMA media Oh, quick. We got to jump on Nate Diaz and deep throat him real quick. Yeah, hopefully Nate Diaz beats that dude on the ass. Beats that dude's ass. Beats him on the ass. He beats that reporter's ass. Yeah, let's encourage Nate Diaz to act like a fucking 12-year-old. Beating up some dude who probably doesn't even actually train. If he wanted to invite the dude, hey, why don't you come spar at the gym? Let's see who would really box you up. I would appreciate that. But for the media, the MMA media, who are a bunch of clowns themselves, who don't know how to ask a damn question themselves, to shit on a reporter for asking a stupid question is the biggest, the pot calling the kettle black. That's what that is. That's what that is. And then to co-sign Nate Diaz potentially physically assaulting this man on the street, because they were all co-signing that. Yeah, Nate's going to find him outside. Yeah, let's endorse that childish behavior. What is bound to happen one day? Nate's going to end up killing someone. It's going to be a mistake. He's not going to mean to do it. But because he has this army around him, the MMA media cheerleading him, his whole posse cheerleading him. Oh, Nate, you're so funny when you attack people on the street because they said something you don't like. You smack a reporter because you don't like what he had to say. One of these days, someone's going to die. And it's not going to be anyone's fault but Nate. And I hope he sits in a jail cell for the rest of his life for it. Because to cheerlead that type of behavior, you shouldn't be putting your hands physically on another man anywhere. Unless you guys are signed to fight and you're doing it under the guise of competition. You don't just get to go around assaulting people because you don't like certain things they said to you. You don't get to do it. That's not how the world works. So, there you go. All right, where are we at? 2 fighters retweeted it. Who else retweeted it? Joey has gone Hollywood. Stop. Belal beats Khamzat. It wouldn't surprise me. Why is this weekend so early? My guess is because it's on ABC. Just imagine if Yan never need and calls the DQ. I know. I agree. That's why they're only talking about him on the Abu Dhabi card. Sounds like a Jesse type video. Maybe. I don't know. I feel like they should just do an interim heavyweight match. They let Jones and Stipe fight and retire each other, then just unify the interim when it's over, maybe. Or elevate it. Do you think Pereira will find success at light heavyweight? Maybe temporarily. I think if Johnny Walker wins this weekend, I think Pereira will fight Johnny Walker. No, I'm not going to watch YouTuber versus Nate. I have a feeling Chris Dawkins will be in your next 2 You Should Cut video. Maybe. Said he wouldn't want his girl to watch the fights with him because he wouldn't want her to get attracted to male fighters. Then said when you watch during the fight, you ain't looking at that. What? I don't know if you're being serious about him saying that, but anyone who would think that is incredibly insecure. Since John Jones vacated in 2020, the light heavyweight title has only been defended once, and it was against the middleweight. Jan Blachowicz, Israel Adesanya. Joe, whenever I see stuff like you getting fighter interviews or retweets, I think of the growth of the channel. Cannot wait till your name gets out more. The MMA media needs someone like you badly. Hey, Benji, I appreciate it. I appreciate you. We can't see you. Okay. Diaz was very professional. I'm here because Lucas tackled you a bit. Interesting channel. What does that mean? Tackled a bit. You must have talking about you a bit. What did he say? What did he say? Was it good things or bad things? I thought Darren Till would have been a better option than Diaz, but whatever. Nah, Diaz is going to sell more. Diaz is going to sell more. He disrespected his brother. All he said was, you don't see my homies over there? I don't know. I just saw a quick clip, and he was basically threatening him. But I don't have a problem with Nate Diaz. As much as I have the MMA media cheerleading Nate Diaz to go beat this guy up. What's up, Joey? What's up, Sly? Nate is a great fight, but hitting civilians is way out of line. Exactly. The reporter's a young kid in his 20s, probably weighs 110 pounds. He's just a kid who works for Jake, not a reporter. Was put there as a troll job. Makes sense. I'm picking Anthony Smith. I'm debating about who I'm picking. Dana White is doing to Khamzat exactly what he did to Francis. He's not saying what he wants when he wants, so he's saying Khamzat has personal problems. Dana is bad for MMA. Dude, it's... I don't know what's going on. Guys, 84 people, only 27 likes. Like the stream, make some noise. Yeah, guys, if you could do me a favor and like the stream, I would greatly appreciate it. I would greatly appreciate it. Also, double check and make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Nate said, you're going to be walking the street after this, right? My boy's over there. See what you look like. He knew exactly what he was saying. Dude is 38 and probably will act this way until he's 50. Okay. That's what I remember. That's exactly what I remember. He said something along that, but he didn't say he wouldn't let her watch MMA at all. But yeah, I was in his live stream earlier today. Well, what is this? What did he say about me? That's what I need to know. Did you say Dana White? But that's weird to say something like that. How would Cop versus Royval go? I think Royval wins. Dude's just super scrappy. Good jiu-jitsu, good power. My dad, I don't even know what this ingrained as growing up real wrestler cares for how he looks outside the ring just as much as how he performs. Makes sense. Bring up the likes, yeah. Who you got winning between Matt Brown and Court? Dude, whoever doesn't die first in the cage. But I'll go Matt Brown. But I really don't know. Neutral stuff. Just that your picks are almost always opposite from each other. I did not know that. No, ain't saying nothing about you. He was just talking about how you wouldn't want his girl to get all excited for fights. I just thought it was weird. That is weird. I don't... My fiance watches every single card. For years, we watched every single card together. Prelims and all. Prelims and all. So, yeah. So, I don't know. You'll ban me for this, but your chat will attack me. But why you gotta attack your far left views to MMA? It's weird, and you need to see a psychiatrist. I have no idea what you're even saying, dude. So, I'm just gonna move on. Did you see the clip of Dana White and a reporter arguing about the power slap numbers? I did. Embarrassing. Embarrassing. I wonder what he truly meant. He'll try to worm his way into he meant something else, but I don't know. Without knowing the results, what's one pay-per-view you would have loved to attend this year so far? 287 would have been the one. Damn, prelims and all that. What a pleasure fest. Exactly. The Clipper is clearly triggered. Is MMA was politics? Joey's far left. Okay. Yeah, I don't even know what he meant, but what he's saying by that. Apparently he's saying he's far left and he doesn't like my opinions. I don't know what that has to do with MMA. Only one bringing up. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I don't know. The second Power Slap pay-per-view is coming up. Is it really a pay-per-view? I wonder how Clipper feels about almost every other fighter's opinion. Yeah, I don't know. Bro couldn't even form a proper sentence. Yeah, he's a clown. Joe, where does Dana get these numbers from exactly? Is he just making it up? What I think is he's going to find some way. Mark my words out, because someone else is hopefully going to ask him about it. He's going to find some way to worm his way into he was right. He's going to say, look, on the second Tuesday of every month from the 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. time slot, we have better analytics or better views than every other organization combined. He's going to find some oddly specific way to just worm his way into being right about what he said. Mark my words on that. I've watched Dana for long enough. What's next for Holloway? I don't know. He's in a weird situation. He's in a very weird situation. I don't know. I don't want to see the Korean Zombie fight at all. But I don't know. It has to be someone that isn't fighting for a belt anytime soon. Joe, are you going to stream the Contender Series this year? Maybe, maybe not. I usually do a couple here and there. But I don't know. Whatever I get enough demand for, I do. How much are they charging for a Power Slap pay-per-view? I hope they're paying you. I'm predicting 50 buys for Power Slap. What is all Dana's closest family buying it? The Clipper thinks Kron Gracie's an exciting fighter to watch, maybe. Anyone watching this basketball game? I am not. I would buy one Power Slap pay-per-view if Wingstop banned through the US. Wingstop sucks. Wingstop is horrible. If you like Wingstop, just leave the chat right now. Just leave the chat right now, please. Wingstop is so bad. Okay. What are you doing if your fiance didn't watch your channel or fighting and she surprised you with Power Slap tickets front row? I'd Power Slap her and then proceed to give her a Glover Teixeira, Anthony Smith type beatdown. Then put her in the Boston Crab and then immediately break up with her afterwards. He's citing a Nielsen survey where it was said Power Slap had 300K average viewers. Yeah, I don't know. I heard him say it was like Nielsen, but it wasn't Nielsen. Bro just got a trash Wingstop near him. I went to 2 different Wingstops, and it was horrible both times. I know you weren't particularly don't want the NFL, but were you happy as a Ravens fan that Lamar got re-signed? I didn't really care one way or another. Joe would turn into Dana White at a club in Mexico at 53 years old. That's pretty much accurate right there. I'd end up being like I might end up being like Dana 53 in a club in Mexico. Wingstop fries are fire. Dude, stop. Stop, Will. Joe, you in Baltimore? Wouldn't you like to know? Would you watch Ravens playoff game? Yeah, I'll watch them in the playoffs. It's crazy. It's crazy that dude's defending Wingstop. Like, you're embarrassing yourself right now, Will. You're really embarrassing yourself. Wingstop is literally like the frozen section of the grocery store. Is literally like the frozen section of the grocery store. And they just take it out of the grocery store frozen section. They throw it in the microwave. Where do you get your wings? Best Wings, America's Best Wings. What you doing if your girl is still clingy after 2 years? I mean, it depends on to what extent, but I don't know. Deal with it, honestly. I'm just an honest person, so I just got to be blatantly honest at all points in time, even if it's brutal. Their wings are dog, I'll give you that, but their fries be hitting. Shut up, dude, Will. I don't want to hear it from you anymore. America's Best Wings got the best wings, in my opinion. They got quite a few around here. I feel like your girl has short, brownish, blonde hair. Am I right? Maybe you are. Maybe you're not. What a weird question. Maybe she's got a shaved head. But yeah. Hold on 1 second. Will's about to get his membership taken. Yeah. Will's about to catch the Shillelagh timeout. He's about to catch the Shillelagh timeout. America's Best Wings is a Maryland spot. Now, they have them. I'm pretty sure they have them all over the country. But, yeah, of course they have them in Maryland. Let's see where they have them in terms of the grand scheme of things. Because they have them. I know they have them throughout the country, but they're not in every state, obviously. Are they literally? Hold on. There's no way there's only in Maryland, are they? No. I know they have them in some other locations, but I'm not sure where, and I'm trying to find it out. How many America's Best Wings? They're in 12 different states, starting about 20 years ago. Yeah, America's Best Wings are good as hell. What states? If anyone here has an America's Best Wings in their state, you got to go there. I can't find like a definitive list. So, I don't know. But damn, do they have damn good wings. I'll tell you that much. Joey's girlfriend is Ariana Celeste. Okay. It's basically only on the East Coast. I thought there was one in Texas. What do you think about Cejudo versus Merab? I love that fight. I absolutely love that fight. Who are the emerging MMA superstars? Shavkat Rakhmonov. I'm trying to think of another one. Shavkat, O'Malley if he continues to win. There's probably other ones that I can't think of off the top of my head. You got to bring the missus on camera one of these days. I would. Believe me, I would. But she ain't having it. Ain't no way she's going to do it. I've been trying to get her to come on for like a year and a half now. It helped me pick up some subscribers. Even if she came on like once a week. There'd definitely be at least a group of simps that would subscribe. Just be oh my God, a woman talking about MMA. Subscribe. Joey, what's the best Ultimate Fighter season? I've only seen like 4 or 5 of them, so I can't say. Joey's side piece is Vernon Janaroba. Hell yeah. The only smoking gun coming from Dan Hooker's team is going to be his retirement announcement after Turner sleeps him. You're probably right. Tashuro Taira is next up. Dude, he's looked very impressive. So I hope he does. But it's just hard at that weight class. Wet or dry wings? Dude, who's eating dry wings? What the hell? Joey is piping Amanda Hebos. Okay. Ilia Taporia too. Yes, Ilia Taporia is another good one. Jose versus Habib was a fight that was trying to be made at one point. Tony had to pull out. It was going to be 5 round. Yeah, it would have been 5 rounds. It would not. How would that have gone in a 5-round fight? Habib second round TKO. Ultimate Fighter with Bonner and Griffin is always iconic. So as the one is Chuck and Tito. I didn't watch either one of those, so I wouldn't know. I wasn't even a fan then. Your boy Chris Curtis is going to cry again because him and Amavov are on the prelims and Barrialt versus Anders are on the main card. Yeah, that 289 main card is horrific. I'm saying dry wings as lemon pepper and some without sauce. Dude, dry wings, ugh. Yuck. I mainly always just get buffalo. I want to see Joey fight the president of Wingstop. I'd literally kill him. Loved your video on Sterling versus Cejudo. What the F was dude thinking on round 5? Yeah, the post-fight. You're talking about the post-fight, right? I have no idea. I have no idea what dude was thinking. But I'm glad you enjoyed it. A good wing doesn't need sauce. Spicy garlic wings are the best. What did you say, dude? I said something weird earlier, but I can't remember what it was. And then I meant to read it, and then I forgot. I don't know if you read my comment, but I hope you had a laugh anyway. Let me go back up. I said if Rose farted in his face in a triangle, I would just keep up my thumb up so the ref doesn't ruin it. Okay. There you go. I read it for you. Imagine getting wings with no sauce. Are you a bone-in or a boneless type of guy? Dude, look. You ain't getting me on camera, Will Adams, and say, "Yeah, I'm a bone-in type of guy." All right, pause. Nah. Let me put it this way: I like them both, but I'm more of a traditional. Fiery garlic parmesan from Buffalo Wing Factory is fire. I've never heard of Buffalo Wing Factory. Free Lil Bro tried to help lead the way to boss up. Now he locked up, probably doing at least 6 to 8. My guess, hopefully not. What are you talking about? People who dry wings are the same people who scream robbery after every close fight. That is true. Have you ever tried Pizza Hut wings? No. I just ducked out of my BM crib while it got raided for her son. I'm too slick. Said I was with neighbors and ain't none of them. Oh, so you pretended to be a neighbor? Damn, that's horrible. That's horrible, dude. That doesn't sound like a good time at all. That's crazy. Dude said, lead the way to boss up. Now he's locked up, probably doing 6 to 8. If someone here works for Wingstop, would you want them to tell you? Yeah, so I could ban them immediately. Crazy to think Cejudo wins if that judge doesn't give Aljo the 5th. That is true. If Almeida runs through Rosenstrike, they should make Aspinall versus Almeida in London. That'd be a crazy fight. That'd be a crazy fight. Who wins in Kai versus Albazi? I'm taking Kai all day. I can't take Albazi when he didn't even look that great against a debutante. I just can't accept it. Okay. That sucks. If I'm okay, read that. Who wins? Read that. I actually did work at Wingstop until I saw a rat in the back corner and quit a while after that. You said, "Nah, I'm out of there. I'm out of there." Yeah, I heard Wingstop be dropping the wings on the floor and then pick them up. They say, "Hey, man, these customers will eat anything. They eat Wingstop anyway. These wings taste like trash anyway. Who cares if we drop them on the floor?" Derek clearly is a terrible judge. I would say Derek is clearly a terrible judge. Debutante, I'm done. Look, I'm glad I'm glad Jack at least picked up on that. That was supposed to be funny. That's just my level of humor, just ultimate sarcasm at all times. But I just like to skim over it and pretend like I'm being serious. Aspinall versus Tabora and Spann versus Ozdemir for main and co-main of UFC London. I predict. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, I just hope in the main event of UFC London we don't get a debutante. If Cejudo versus Max was to happen, who would you have? Max by destruction. Calvin Kattar level of destruction. If Jones and Stipe retire after the fight, who do you think will run the heavyweight division, and matchups could we possibly have? Sergey Pavlovich versus Tom Aspinall for the heavyweight title. What would you do if a friend brought Wingstop for a Super Bowl party? I'd try to kill him immediately. You work at Popeyes, and I'll say respectfully, we have the best fries. Popeyes customer service sucks. I haven't been there in a while, not because the food isn't good, just because they suck. Every time I've ever been to Popeyes, it's been horrible service. But they do have good fries. Have you seen the nastiest cribs? You F with the Belal video? I appreciate it. Dude really said wings don't need sauce, basically like dry chicken, yeah. What's next? Who's next for Jourdain? They got bulletproof windows at my Popeyes. At my Popeyes, if you need to go to Popeyes, you need to make sure you got about 4.5 hours to go there. You need about 4.5 hours to go there because it's going to take 4.5 hours to get it. I think I like Marab. Is there something wrong with me? No, I don't think there's anything wrong with liking Marab. When do you think they'll book Dustin versus Gaethje? July or August. July or August is my guess. Domino, I think they're waiting to see the result of Beneil versus Charles. If you get in Popeyes, you got to order Uber Eats. The only way to eat your food and keep your sanity. Dude, you ain't lying. What's funny is the last time I had Popeyes was Uber Eats, which is hilarious. That was a long while ago, and the order still was wrong. Look, if you go to Popeyes, you don't even need to order. Like, you pull up to the Popeyes drive-through speaker, and you're like, look, just give me whatever the fuck you want because you're going to do it anyway. Yeah, that's hilarious. Yeah, that's the truth. That's the truth. You go to Popeyes, especially a Popeyes in Baltimore, you pull up to the drive-through speaker and you say, look, I know it's going to be 40 minutes, but just give me whatever the fuck you want because you're just going to do that anyway because the order's always wrong. I'll be out here in about 40 minutes for you to drop off the order. Tell me that's not the truth. I swear, I'm going to go to Popeyes tomorrow. And I'm going to do that. I'm going to literally talk to the cashier. I'm like, look, just throw whatever the fuck you want in the bag and give it to me because that's what you're going to do anyway. Okay? Let's not beat around the bush. Don't ask me, can you help me? Don't ask me what I want to order because at the end of the day, you're just stuffing whatever you want in that fucking bag. And if it's wrong, it's wrong. You know? So why even waste my time, you know? I'm not a debutante orderer. This ain't my first rodeo. Just throw whatever half-ass chicken you want to throw in the bag. Take 40 minutes doing it. And then it is what it is. That's basically it. Tell me that ain't the truth. Let's not beat around the bush. How about we beat off the bush? Too far. Too far. They got nothing but chicken, right? Every time I go there, the chicken ain't ready. They'll be like, oh, you got to wait for the chicken. Like, wait a second. Don't you guys got like a conveyor belt of just nothing but chicken? I'm dying. I'm dying. And that's pretty much every Popeyes I've ever been to. I've waited 1 hour for my food at Popeyes. I'm pretty sure Popeyes just hires nothing but like former inmates. They're like, have you been to jail before? Yes. Have you been to prison before? Yes. Have you committed a serious crime? Yes. Would you absolutely hate working in fast food? Yes. You're hired. Look, it doesn't matter what they order at the register. It doesn't matter what they order on the speaker. Our key principles here are get them their food at about the 40-minute to 1 hour mark and make sure it's wrong. Make sure it's wrong at all costs. Just whatever they order, it doesn't matter. Don't even listen to them. Just throw whatever the fuck you want in that bag and send them on their merry way. The facts, especially in neighborhoods. Okay. I'm dead. Damn, the Popeyes in North Carolina are amazing. They're so fast to get every order right and give me the Chipotle mayo. Really? I'm going to have to go down to North Carolina just to go. Popeyes gets their workers from the crack houses. Yeah. They're like, if you go in for an interview at Popeyes, they ask you, do you wash your hands after you go to the restroom every single time? If they answer yes, they're eliminated from being hired. Joe, when I was younger, I ordered a Happy Meal and went to eat the cheeseburger, and it had no patty, just cheese, onions, and ketchup. Yo, they did you dirty. They did you dirty. The pale orc will get destroyed by Taporia. Okay. Yeah, I think Taporia beats Josh Emmett, if that's what you're saying. The pale orc. I'm dead. I'm surprised you have gone and they said they're out of chicken. You have it? They say you got to wait for the chicken, though. They're not technically out. I swear last time I went to Popeyes, I was the only person there, and it still took 40 minutes. I remember I've had Popeyes like twice in the past like 2 years. One time I Uber Eats'd it, and the order was wrong. Completely wrong. The other time I mobile ordered it. Yes, I downloaded the Popeyes app. And I mobile ordered it, and you just hit ready ASAP, right? I didn't order anything elaborate. I just ordered like a 4-piece chicken tender meal. That's all I ordered. And I ordered it. I waited 30 minutes to go to Popeyes. I waited 30 minutes to get there. And I want it done right now. I got there 30 minutes later. They didn't even make it. They hadn't even started it. I had to wait 30 minutes still. We should all get Popeyes tomorrow and time how long it takes them to get it and if they get it right. Well, you don't even need to tell me if they get it right because I know it. They didn't get it right. Low-key Taco Bell service is just as bad. Never really been to Taco Bell too much. I've been there like once in the past like 5 years. I'm still dying laughing at Jack getting that cheeseburger with no patty. I know it's early, but how many pay-per-view sales do you think Sugar versus Aljo can do? I guess 750. No way it's doing. I don't even think it's doing over 500K. I think a good number for O'Malley Aljo would be like 400, 450. I'll never forget I ordered Popeyes off Uber Eats and I ordered a large fry and chicken sandwich and the driver got here with a half bag of eaten fries and that's how it came. Never again. Did you get a refund? Most neighborhoods' only option to eat out was Mexican food and McDonald's. Ew. Ooh. I like how the whole entire chat is about Popeyes now. Keith Peterson probably working overtime at Popeyes. Yeah, I think if you work at Popeyes, you have to at least smoke a pack of cigarettes a day. How does Sugar get the win over Sterling? He has to KO him. Has to KO him on the feet. Absolutely does. All this talk about Popeyes and we're not going to talk about White Castle. No, we're not. I really don't understand the O'Malley hype. There really isn't. People pretend. The O'Malley fans pretend like O'Malley's some type of star. He's not even really. Have you tried Mr. Beast Burger? I have not. I remember paying $4 for a large fry. Now it's damn near $8 a box. I'm going to have to go get some fries soon. Can we just talk about food brands instead of MMA? I'm just going to have to make a second channel. And we just talk about whatever we want. It's just going to be my random personal channel. Popeyes on their hands and knees begging to get Greg Hardy working overtime? Probably. He's like, nah, I got to go home and beat the wife. That's probably it. Alex Pereira gives Dricus du Plessis minimal chance in potential Israel Adesanya fight. It will be a massacre. Alex Pereira is right. It will be a massacre badly. Dude, the way Aljo was running around on all fours. Just make the new channel name Joey After Dark. Yeah, that's what I need to do. Greg Hardy's working at Walmart. Wouldn't surprise me. Greg Hardy said he wanted to fight Francis. Dude, Greg Hardy almost KO'd Tai Tuivasa. Give the man his respect. What do you think about Arman Sarukian versus Joaquin Silva on June 17th? Absolutely hate it. I'd rather just have Arman sit out. It makes no sense. The fight makes no sense. You think you could finish 10 nacho fries from Taco Bell and never have, but I'm willing. Well, why don't you do it and report back? How would TJ versus DJ have gone? DJ would have beat him up at flyweight. I think DJ would have found the finish on a chinny TJ Dillashaw at 125. Is Michael Bisping the most overrated champ of all time? Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say he's most overrated because I don't think anyone rates him highly. He's the worst champion of all time in the men's divisions. Who would you match Matt Frevola up with after a first round KO over Dober? Hanato Moicano. Hanato Moicano is the fight to make. Dude, don't remind me about DC and the Popeye stuff. But I want Frivola to fight Patty. Patty don't want that fight at all. He don't want it. He's scared. Undoubtedly scared. Frivola versus Hooker. They've already fought. Frivola already has a win over Hooker. So that'd be Frivola versus Hooker too. Frivola beat Hooker. Imagine if Patty beat Matt by submission. That would be not good look for Matt. Agreed. Does anyone even eat at Wendy's? Do they even exist anymore? Not as far as I know, they don't exist. Frivola versus Bonfin. Damn, dude, you trying to feed him to an absolute killer. I wish I could have officially switched my pick to Frivola. I wish I could have officially switched my pick on Tapology, but I can't, so it'll go down in history. My Tapology says I picked Ober now, which is unfortunate. I've had a dramatic drop in the last 3 weeks. Not really, last week wasn't bad, but the 2 weeks before that was horrific. Absolutely horrific. Frivola fought Hooker. I thought it was... Oh, you said Hooker. I'm done. I was thinking Turner. I was thinking Jalen Turner. I'm done. I'm an idiot. I guess because in my mind, Hooker's fighting Turner, so somehow I got their names mixed up. When I wasn't thinking straight. I'm an idiot. Frivola fought Turner before. Turner has a fight with Hooker. But if Hooker loses to Turner, I wouldn't mind seeing Frivola versus Jalen Turner too. Undeniably, Chick-fil-A is the best fast food restaurant, agreed. Who you got between Hooker and Turner in July? I think Turner absolutely washes him. Remember that guy submitting a Rodolfo? Would it be another crazy scenario? I have no idea what would be another one would be. But yeah, I do remember that was pretty crazy. Frivola will beat Bonfin. He's just beat 2 undefeated prospects. You think Burger King's the best? How would Dober versus Armin go? Dober would get worked by Armin badly. He would get out-grappled and outstruck. Probably KO'd by a head kick. I'd rather go support local spots over big change. Okay. Do you think Michael Chandler should fight down? He keeps getting top 5 matchups. Well, he is fighting down because he's fighting Conor McGregor. Unfortunately, Turner via first round KO against Hooker. Unfortunately, I'm happy to see that. I see Frivola getting a KO against Money Moicano. What about you? I don't know. Big brother, you got next. Dober's chin is officially gone. And I wish I could say I called it because I did. But I changed my mind. Too late. Too little too late. Too little too late, unfortunately. Don't you hate when you have a gut feeling someone's going to beat someone, but you pick the other guy? I had a gut feeling Matt was going to win and picked Dober. Yeah, I was 50-50 on it, and I picked Dober just because of the experience. But then when I was on the stream, I was like, nah, I want to switch to Frivola by first round KO. I kind of like Dan Hooker, but I don't see a path to victory for him against Turner. Yeah, he's probably going to get starched out cold by Turner. And I'm happy to see it because dude's acting like a clown lately. You got to get punished for that type of behavior. You got to get punished for that type of behavior, to be quite honest, in my opinion. I'm waiting for that smoking gun. I'm waiting for that smoking gun. Where's it at? Where is it at? Where's that smoking gun? Robbie Lawler is also fighting on that card in July. I'm surprised he's still fighting. Yeah, it's time for him to retire. You can't rely on your chin forever. Exactly. But yes, Jack, I do hate that gut feeling when I don't do it. Your favorite coaches, you'd want them. Ugh. Let's say Nate Diaz beats the person who shall by name. Would he get a top 5 opponent if he got re-signed with the UFC? No. If he gets re-signed with the UFC, he's fighting Conor. So if Conor's in the top 5, then yes. But if not, then no. Yudong versus Vera, too. I think Yudong starts him 30-27. I would pick Yudong over Vera. Dricus Duplessis KOing Vettori would be shocking. No, that's not allowed. Yes, that would be shocking. That's not going to happen. That is absolutely not going to happen. Whatsoever. Dricus is fighting Robert Whittaker, which is hilarious, to be quite honest. It's pretty hilarious. I think we have to feed Juliana Pena to the Wolves, which is Holly Holm. I think that's the fight to make. Let's hope Conor doesn't lose to Chandler. I want to see him fight again. Dude, I'm not even sure that fight's happening. I have a feeling that fight's not going to happen. Prime 145 Conor versus Max and Volk. Who would Conor lose badly? I think the Max fight would be competitive. He would lose badly to Volk. Hooker might just promote the fight by saying he has a mole in Turner's camp, but he can't tell us who. Yeah. How many wars left before Vittori's chin gives up? He doesn't get hit flush a lot on the chin. He doesn't get hit flush a lot on the chin, so I'll say it's 7. Guys, do me a favor and like the stream. Double check and make sure you're subscribed to the channel. I'm going to go in a little bit because I'm going to try to get to sleep at a reasonable hour. But if you guys have any final questions, throw them in the chat. I should be live for a live chat tomorrow, but I may not end up being. I got some stuff I got to do tomorrow. So I'm either going to be really late, really early, or I'm going to do it on Thursday. Isn't that Ultimate Fighter season starting May 30th? Yes. Covington said on Submission Radio, Belal's most likely going to have to fight one more time unless he wants to wait. It's not going to happen, dude. Belal needs to wait for his shot. Absolutely wait for a shot. If he has to wait a year, wait, so be it. He deserves to sit out. He can't sit out till February. Colby fought in the beginning of March last year and still hasn't fought. So Colby's going to have sat out. By the time Colby fights, he's going to be out over a year and a half. Once you go, I got a shower. What are you doing right now, Jack? Are you sitting in your living room right now, Jack? Is that what you're doing right now? Is that what's going on here? I need to know. I would love to know. I don't know where the time has gone whatsoever. But that's just the way it is. Jack, have you showered at all in the past week? Yeah, just sitting in my living room on the computer. So, Jack, do you see the notification on your phone and then go to your living room computer? Is that what you're doing? You think Lando went to therapy after the Jourdain fight? Yes. Yes, he did. He went to the therapist. He said, I lost my shorts. He took my shorts and he submitted me. I don't know what to do. He took my shorts from me. Embarrassed me on national TV. Will Tony Ferguson get cut if charges are pressed against him? No. But maybe. If he gets found guilty, then yes. Now I got home from training and then hopped on for pleasure. But how'd you know I was on? Were you just on your computer already or you see it on your phone? I'm curious. Arman versus Fiziev was the fight to make. Agreed. But Fiziev's going to need some serious time off. What's up, Joey? Can we go for another hour? Absolutely, positively not. We're actually about to end it, Hawk Lungs. Do you agree with Poirier being an underdog against Justin? No. I think Poirier should probably be the favorite. At least I lean Poirier right now. Kron Gracie fell off the earth of UFC 288. If he would have won, I doubt we would have heard anything from him anyways. Maybe. What was your prediction for Lewis Francis? I don't remember. I think Francis. How much to go another hour? Look. Fuck. I don't know, man. I'm trying to set it at an unrealistic goal. Look, if we get a combination, I'll give you 5 minutes for this, but it's not going to happen. It's absolutely not going to happen. I don't want it to happen. That's why I'm setting it what it is. A UFC pay-per-view cost me $85. All right? If we get to $85 in donos from just random sources, it can be from 12 different people for like $5, which doesn't actually add up. That's actually only $60. If we get to 85, then I'll go for another hour. But that ain't going to happen. Tori comes out of the woods with the $85 donut. Oh my God, I would cry. I mean, I wouldn't mind because if I said I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it. But, yeah, there you go. That would basically, it wouldn't technically cover a cost of a pay-per-view because YouTube takes a portion of that. But there you go. Boom. I'll donate $1. Best of luck with the other 84. Look, we got 60 people in here, right? Hold on. Let's see. 85 divided by 60. If every person donated $1.40, we're done. We're done. We need Drunk Derek. We need Drunk Derek. American dollars, Harris? Yeah, sure. John O. just worked a weekend. I know you got the money. Bro's now hounding other people. I'm done. I'm done. Jack needs to go steal his mom's credit card. Jack needs to go steal his mom's credit card. I'm done. Did you see the clip with Kron and Henry? Kron is such a rich dude. Kron is a rich dude weirdo. I don't know. Is he rich? But yeah, I did see that clip and it was very weird. I didn't watch anything bets, but I did see that clip floating around on Twitter. I did see that. Can I pay you with interest? No. No, you can't. You cannot. But we've already, if you just join in, like Hawklung's just joined in, we've been live for an hour and 42 minutes. So Tiramisu said I would drop like a 20, but I don't want to contribute to something that might not even happen. Dude, that's the whole gamble of it. That's the whole gamble of it. You start the train and then the train continues. That's what happens. You just got to take your chance. Joey, isn't my time enough for you to go another hour? Joey's pleasure is expensive on the line for $85 an hour. All right, look. Just for you guys, because you're harassing me and make me feel like a bad person. We'll knock it down to 50, all right? We'll knock it down to 50. There you go. And you guys have until... I'll give you 8 minutes to achieve it. I'll give you 8 minutes to achieve it, all right? Kron looks like he sleeps on park benches every night. Yeah, Kron definitely sleeps on park benches. Dude definitely does. He's sleeping on a park bench. He's definitely like shitting behind a building. And oh, Tyler, thank you for the 99-cent dono. Leo, thank you for the $2 dono. I'll get this party started. I'm done. I officially hate you both, but appreciate you, Leo. I appreciate you. There you go. There's the first three. There's the first three. Dude said I'm getting the party started. Make sure if you do send something, send it with a funny message too. All right? Send it with a funny message, all right? I'm done. Nothing. We've talked about Popeyes for 20 minutes of the stream tonight. We're talking about Kron Gracie sleeping on park benches. And we're talking about Wingstop for the most majority of the stream. $47 goo. Are we rounding 99 cents to $1? We still, yeah, you're 2 cents short. You're at $2.98 right now. Make some noise if you are. I'm also still dying at tiramisu saying I don't want to contribute to something that might not even happen. I'm done. Dude said I really don't want to contribute to something that might not even happen. You only live once. You only live once. Imagine a Kron Gracie versus Ryan Hall fight. I would pay to see that. That's what a lot of people are speculating on. I want to see Kron Gracie cut from the organization. I don't want to see him fight anyone. He's an embarrassment. Dude, the way he was dragging ass. Dude, his whole family should be embarrassed of him. I'd disown him. If he was in my family, I'd be like, dude, don't come around no more. You're not invited to Thanksgiving anymore. And don't come around. I mean, the way you were dragging your ass on a pay-per-view was the most embarrassing shit I've ever seen in my entire life. It was so bad. It was absolutely horrible. I'm pretty sure I donated my clothes to Kron Gracie. Yeah, he shops at Goodwill. I don't like Belal because of his agent. That's a good reason right there. I should have included that. Kron Gracie picked up some tips from Claudio Puelles. Yeah, he pulled the old Claudio Puelles strategy. That he did. Thanksgiving is only 6 months away. That's wild. Not invited to Thanksgiving, that's his only chance to get off the park bench to eat some food. Yeah, he needs a solid dinner. Kron Gracie versus Claudio Puelles would be funny AF. Yeah, they'd just be dragging their asses towards each other. Oh my God. Imagine what an embarrassment that would be. Imagine watching that. You guys got 4 minutes left. So if you guys want to get on it, you better get on it quick. Dude got paid to drag his ass for 3 rounds. I would love to know what he got paid by the UFC. Imagine he got paid like $100,000. I hope not, to be honest. I never want to wish somebody out of a paycheck, but dude should have been fined for that type of behavior. They have strawberry biscuits at Popeyes now. Side note. Did not know that. Thank you for knowing me. I just got scammed out of 99 cents. Thanks a lot. You basically got another 10 minutes out of it. Damn, I forgot my YouTube password. Tyler said I got scammed. Now, I thanked you, Tyler. I thanked you nonetheless. This was the best case scenario, all right? Apparently it's only $20,000 they got paid, really? Where'd you see that? Kron got 56 grand base. Damn. I guess that is what it is. Chael Sonnen versus Derek Brunson. Who you got? Derek Brunson. Unless you got Chael that's on PEDs. Clock is ticking. Yeah, you got an extra 10 minutes out of it, so. Did Kron not get a performance of the night bonus? That is true. He did not. He got robbed of a performance of the night bonus. That should have been one of my takeaways. He somehow is getting worse criticism than William Knight. That is true. William Knight deserved worse criticism. GSP versus Anderson Silva in both their primes. Who wins? Probably GSP. I think GSP probably outgrapples him. But he could very well get KO'd. Because Anderson it was so lightning fast in his prime. That's a fight everyone wanted to see. The UFC was supposed to make it multiple times. They never made it. Strike while the iron's hot. And they do not strike while the iron's hot. And it's a fight that never got made. People wanted that fight for a long, long, long time. At least William Knight has a second career in power slap. That is true. Did you see GSP 1-8 Silva to fight at 180 and have a mandatory drug testing? I remember there was something GSP wanted, but it doesn't surprise me. And we were supposed to have GSP versus Habib. There was talk of Silva versus Jones for a while. Merab deserved a performance tonight. Henry wanted to fight Merab. Personally think Merab will wreck everyone at bantamweight. Yeah, I don't know. Merab versus Henry is an interesting matchup. The UFC reload Kron's food stamp card as payment. Yeah. They buy him a nice tent. I don't like any fighters represented by Abdelaziz. I don't hold that against him. It is what it is. All right, guys. You guys basically scam me for an extra 15 minutes. Nah, but it's fine. I'm just kidding. I appreciate you guys for joining me. This has been an excellent stream. An excellent stream. We talked about quite a bit. I should be back for a live stream tomorrow. It might be early. It might be late. It might not be at all. I'll let you know. I'll keep you updated in the Discord. I got some stuff going on tomorrow. I may not be super early. I may not be super late. I don't know what I'm doing yet. If I had to guess, it would be tomorrow night late. Like 10 or 11. If I had to guess. But gun to my head, I don't know for sure. Do me a favor, guys, before I go. You guys have something excellent to watch right here. Go watch this prediction video. It's not going to get a whole lot of views because I released it late. It's not a big fight. I would greatly appreciate if all of you guys would go to that video, like it, comment on it, watch it, and help boost it in the algorithm. If you want to help the channel, that's the best you could do. Thank you guys for joining me, and good night. I appreciate every single one of you. Don't forget to like the stream on your way out, and I will see you guys tomorrow most likely. Good night.